Alright guys, here we are from the trailer reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to the trailer for the movie Some Freaks.
So is this meant to be like a parody of a cover where it's like Michael Cera and some chick, right? That's what this is meant to, right?
I don't think it's meant to be anything.
Juno, the Infinite Playlist, right? It's meant to be.
I just think this is a cartoon of what one scene of what this movie looks like, scattered about with things they encounter throughout the film.
Well, yeah, but I think it's meant to. Okay, we can, you can go Google those things if you want. The Some Freaks poster. I hope it's a poster. Let's find out.
Let's check it out. So this movie reminds me of the type of movie that like somebody at work would work. Like some of them that like they was like, oh, I'm a nerd, I'm a blah blah, like those self-identifying ones where you're just weird, you're not a nerd, you're not a geek, you're just whatever. They would go, oh, this movie gives me feels, and I'd be like, this movie doesn't. But that's my snap judgment from this trailer.
That's your hot take.
That's my hot take.
So what are you saying? That people who are not like the people in this movie and are just slightly weird would watch this and be like, yeah, my life was like this too.
It's people that are totally normal but are like, I like anime, I'm a nerd.
I've seen
I watched Harry Potter, I'm a geek, and they'd be like, oh, this movie, it describes my life.
As a weird person, as a freak who was made fun of in school and does not like any like normal things, this did give me feels. No, this seems super heavy. Well, no, he didn't call it because I'm not one of those normal people that watched anime once. I was literally. I don't watch generally not anymore, but I did a lot as a kid and was definitely a weird person who was like on the outside of like the normal thing or whatever the fuck.
But if someone were to ask you if you had 0 to a box of anime, where would you fall on that chart?
0 to 1?
Yeah.
Somewhere in between? Definitely. No, totally. But that's what's setting me apart from the people who are like, oh, I recently heard that fidget spinners were good, and now I'm a nerd or whatever. No,
those are hipsters.
Like,
that's different.
You know what I'm saying? I was a legitimate weird person.
Do you think he actually doesn't have an eye?
In like real life?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I always wonder, like, I like the idea when
find an actor with no eye.
Well, because I don't know how hard that even is. There's so many actors in the world.
That's true.
Like, because you see things with people that there's so many movies where like, oh, I need a guy with like, oh, we're gonna prosthetic out one hand. But I'm like, aren't there a whole bunch of actors that have one hand? But I wonder just because when he popped it out, I'm like, couldn't they fake that part? Is there like a contact with like a thing in there? Is that CG?
Well,
what is that part done?
They can CG it, but that's crazy. And like so, like the reason why you just take one arm off of Adam Driver with like CG and like Lucky Logan is because you want Adam Driver in the movie.
No, exactly. This is like that's what I'm saying about this. This is a low budget.
Yeah, this is a no-name guy, so there's no reason to find an actor who doesn't have an eye, who has an eye, and then take his eye away with money. You could just find an actor that doesn't have an eye. I agree with your original point, though, but my original point was like, this is, this seems heavy as fuck. It's not even just like coming of age and like awkward youngness. It then catapults into like full like existential evaluation of your life and like adult awkwardness and all that stuff. It's got everything. It's the entire story of these people's fucking lives. It's crazy.
Yeah. None of that interests me as a person who's not really into teen drama.
I hate coming of age stuff and like awkward stuff. Even because like my awkwardness was not this extreme. I have 2 eyes, for God's sakes. But no, like the last thing I want to do is watch. Like I don't even know who these movies are for. If you had like a weird rough time in school, why would you want to watch a movie about other people having a weird rough time in school? Especially if it doesn't seem like it's like Mean Girls and like everything's good. It seems like shit's just complicated and weird, and that's what real life is. The real life, it involves crying and like complicated weirdness.
And that's why I watch movies, to get away from real world bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
There does appear to be an actor who I imagine is playing the popular boy in school.
Yes.
Who looks like a young Casper Van Dien.
He's dreamy. Yeah, I know. And like the one shot of him in this trailer, he has such a weird look on his face. Where I'm like, what? What are you looking at? What's happening? Oh my god.
I don't know.
No, but I don't want to cry or watch these people cry.
No, and not to say it doesn't look like a decent movie. It looks like it's shot well. The structure looks fine. The characters seem like they're doing their job. Seems a good casting, but it's just not a movie that I'm interested in. So based on the fact that I'm reviewing this, based on if I want to see it, thumbs down.
You don't have to defend yourself to me.
I like for anyone who's watching this for the first time to know what the scale is and why it's rated.
We should make a little intro theme song that explains it. No, I agree. Like I just said, I don't want to watch this and have anyone cry on or off the screen. So no, thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Don't die in a fire.